Back inside Santa Cruz High School Gymnasium, getting set for a SCCL matchup between a couple of familiar foes. Visiting Harbor, taking on host Santa Cruz. Hello again, everybody. Dan Dibley alongside Dave Lewis. And Dave, these two teams have played a couple times already this year, and historically a very even matchup.
Yeah, 2 games this year decided by a total of 3 points. Really no fluke over the years. The last 5 years, 10 of the last 14 by 5 points or less.
Harbor, a team that relies on one main scorer. He's a guy averaging over 20 a game. The coach's son, the kid Gruber.
Yeah, he's been a starter since he's a freshman. Gruber has got a great game inside and out, able to finish with the left hand, so strong, can step back and rise up and knock in the jump shot. Very dangerous scorer and a great all-around game.
He's got a tremendous three-point range as well, averaging 22 plus a game. On the other side, a Santa Cruz team with incredible balance. Nobody over 10 points a game. Ti Demeo, though, a key for them.
Yeah, 10 players between 5 and 8 points per game. This Demeo is a terrific athlete, able to finish from the weak side, an outstanding defender, one of the many guys. They don't rely on one of the keys, though, to a very well-balanced team.
The cliche says that it's tough to beat a team 3 times in 1 year. These two league foes could meet as many as 5 times this year. Harbor looking to win the 3rd battle here tonight. Well, Santa Cruz has had some great times in the past, perhaps none greater than 2005 when they won the state championship, going 36-1. They try to restore the roar starting tonight on Comcast Hometown Network.
As soon as you can call yourself an Olympic athlete, it's for life.
It was just unreal. It was just being part of something way bigger than yourself.
That spirit is real. It's authentic. It's that one pure thing that nothing can affect.
Live, February 12th, the Vancouver Olympics on NBC.
Hey everybody, I'm Ray Ellen. Check me out on Brainfuel TV and get a look at entertaining, educational TV shows for home and school. Brainfuel TV hooks you up with awesome cable programs, websites, and resources for the classroom. This month we learn about picking garbage, lost worlds, and invisible pancakes. Stay up on the latest trends in learning with Brainfuel TV.
Welcome back to Santa Cruz High School here in Santa Cruz, California. Beautiful town here in Central California. We're getting set for the tip here between Harbor and Santa Cruz. First, we run down the starting lineup for the visiting Harbor Pirates. There you see Colin Gruber, the leading scorer, the point guard. John Bogard, the shooting guard. Daniel Scalcini, Cooper Kersey, and Matt Armstrong in the middle. On the other side, you'll see as many as 12 players come on the floor for the Cardinals. Jonah Hodges, the point guard. Cody Love, Jamie St. John, averaging 6 a game. Clayton Conroy, and Ti Demeo. We mentioned before, a terrific balanced attack for Santa Cruz. That man, the first-year coach, Billy D, Bill Domhoff. It's got to be tough replacing a legend. Of course, Pete Newell Jr. led the team to a state championship some 5 years ago. And on the other side, Mike Gruber in his 27th year at Harbor. He is an old school guy and the father of the leading scorer for Harbor High School. Take a look at some of the crowd here filling in. It's a terrific atmosphere here at Santa Cruz High School as Matt Armstrong and some of the other starters come out, and tonight's officials, Ted Velichko and Tom Smith, a 2-man crew calling the action here at Santa Cruz High. Well, Dave, these two teams have played a couple times this year in a couple of great games. Do you think we'll see a third?
No doubt about it. Controversial finishes in games 1 and 2. Nail biters the last several years, and Harbor really needs to rebound. They had a tough loss to Aptos last time out by 4 after beating them by 21 in round 1. And then Santa Cruz just didn't finish well. They blew a big lead, but still hung on to beat SLV last time out by a deuce.
One storyline to keep your eye on is the status of the big man for Harbor, Mitch Postal. We got word initially that he would be out, but he went through the pregame warm-ups and he reportedly felt okay. We may see Postal tonight, after all, in the Harbor green. Colin Gruber jumps center, but Santa Cruz controls the tip to Jonah Hodges.
Starting off on his own.
St. John assessing. Hodges, now Cody Love. Skip it out high all the way across to St. John. Skip pass, Cody Love, baseline. Ball tipped into the back court. It will not be over and back. Santa Cruz will keep it with 7 on the shot clock.
Billy D letting his team know you got to go here. No time to mess around.
And they come to Hodges. Shot clock down to 2. They may not get this off. They bounce it in, and it's a shot clock violation. Great start for Harbor.
Pretty good ball movement with the 4 out and 1 in, but unable to get a clean look.
You'll see Santa Cruz bring the pressure much of the night. 1-2-1-1 being shown here.
Also using a 2-2 on a 3/4 court level.
Broken to Matt Armstrong, but he lost it. Santa Cruz with a 2-on-1. Cody Love pulls up and can't hit it. Pulled down by Cooper Kersey.
Man-sized rebound.
Kersey, one of the men who has to step up on the glass with Postal out with the injury. Scalcini into the corner. Bogart's 3, no good. And the rebound tapped out by Clayton Conroy. Harbor will keep it.
Going to need a couple of scores to complement Gruber tonight. He can't do it all on his own.
And a steal here off the inbound to Demeo, and he puts it up for the first hoop of the ball game.
Scarborough Open coming off a big game, 14 last time out.
Well, they say Demeo able to dunk off 2 feet. That time he goes to the layup, and we get over and back here.
Tough call because the line really isn't visible there. Look at Demeo jumping out in the passing lane. We saw him do that in the open and able to finish, get his team on the board.
Good denial there with the right hand, able to get that steal.
Weak side post flashing, looking for a seam in that zone.
St. John for 3. He knocks it down. Jamie St. John the triple.
Zone breaker with his 12th 3 of the year.
Hit a couple of big ones Monday in the win over SLV, San Lorenzo Valley.
Pressure relentless, but now backing up. A little bit of a flex look.
Bogard. Much defensive attention being paid to Colin Gruber. Kersey throws it to turnover. Jonah Hodges ahead of the pack. And a nice block from behind by John Bogard.
Great recovery. Hodges now standing athlete, and Bogard running him down.
No quit for Harbor, but a timeout taken by Mike Gruber. Wants to talk to the Harbor Pirates. They're trailing 5-0 on Comcast Hometown Network.
Comcast Digital Preferred and high-speed internet customers now get the most live sports anywhere. It's like controlling your very own Comcast sports unit.
What we got? Down 6, 4th and goal, 2 minutes left. It's tight.
Get an all-star lineup of sports programming like NFL Network, NHL Network, MLB Network, NBA TV, ESPNU, and more at no additional cost. Plus 3,000 more live games on ESPN360.com with Comcast.net. Join millions of digital preferred and high-speed internet customers who now have the most live sports.
The best in Northern California high school basketball action is on Comcast Hometown Network Channel 104. Our next telecast features Miramonte and St. Mary's in girls basketball action. The Rams come in as the #1 ranked girls team in the nation. The game will air on Tuesday and Wednesday nights, February 9th and 10th at 7 p.m. It's the Matadors and Rams only on Comcast Hometown Network Channel 104. We're back at Santa Cruz High School. That man, Mitch Postal, 6'7", junior for Harbor, a game-time decision. And here you see the injury against Santa Cruz. This earlier in the month, he was injured in this ball game. He had just 1 point in the game, and a big loss for Harbor Day without him on the floor.
14 points, 11 rebounds a game. You got to have that presence.
Postal had a game of 31 and 21 against North Monterey County earlier in the year. There's a big 3 from Cody Love, and it's all Santa Cruz early.
7 of 11 Love is from beyond the arc this year.
Gruber missed on the other end, but Harbor able to keep it. Big trip down here for the Pirates, needing a basket. There's Gruber. Galcini now to Bogard. Baseline drive from Cooper Kersey. Bogard able to keep it. Shot clock down to 10. Bogard pulls up and can't hit it. Good hustle play though, keeping it alive for Cooper Kersey.
Left screen, down screen for Gruber.
Jamie St. John will be whistled for fighting through the pick too aggressively. First personal, first team foul.
Harbor running the offense that was designed by Carol Williams, as you know, from Santa Clara back in the early 70s.
There's Gruber. Over to Bogard, now in the corner to Kersey. Long jumper, no good. And Harbor coming out cold, but able to get offensive rebound.
See if they run something to get Gruber a shot now, just to get them on the board.
There is Gruber. Nice little move on the baseline. He's such a nice shot for the base, but he's unable to hit that. And a steal by Colin Gruber. This will be the second foul on Jamie St. John.
Great steal, jumping out in that passing lane. No choice for Jamie but to foul. Save away.
2 fouls on St. John, and that man, Jalen Porter, into the game for the first time. The 6th man for Santa Cruz, averaging nearly 7 a game. Harbor doesn't mind the low-scoring game, but they got to find a way to get in the scoring column, and there it is. Galcini with a nice cut for 2.
Great execution off that flex. Screen just inside the elbow, a nice flash, and a finish with the right hand.
And there you see the field goals. Harbor getting its first basket, ending a 4-minute drought. Top of the circle, 3. Jonah Hodges no good, and a jump ball here at the tail end.
That basket, big one. Big hoop to get them off the Schneid. Coming up that screen, left of the lane. Nice flash and finish. Needed that basket in a big way.
Jonah Hodges to the bench. There you see him, number 12, replaced by an all-name team nominee, Zen Maki, number 14.
Maki came through with a couple of free throws to secure one of the earlier wins in this series this year.
Maki just back after injuring his thumb. A 3-pointer no good. And Jalen Porter gets the rebound, and he is fouled by Gruber.
Love the aggression, but if you're Harbor, you got to keep Gruber on the floor. Can't commit those kind of fouls.
First personal, and the first team on Harbor.
Back
Love.
to the zone.
Nice pass to Clayton Conroy. Zone buster, get it to the foul line and attack.
Great look, finding that seam in the zone.
Little trap here out of the half court for Santa Cruz. There's Kersey to a flashing Bogard. Now Gruber. Shot clock down to 10. Matt Armstrong in trouble, and he lost it.
Great defensive stand.
Zen Maki drives down and can't get the finish. But Santa Cruz with the offensive rebound. Maki, pull-up jumper, no good. And here's where you really miss Mitch Postal. And right on cue, here comes the 6'7" junior to the scorer's table.
Yeah, after a couple offensive rebounds, it's, come on, big man, get in there. We need you now.
Well, hopefully his foot is up to the task in this big game for Harbor. Clayton Conroy, the 3rd shot on the trip. And Santa Cruz with a 10-point lead.
Look at Conroy opening at that foul line. Little seam in that zone and a very big moment to see if Postal can man the middle. Conroy passed up an open shot, took one dribble to his right to free himself, get a little bit closer, and knock it in again.
So Postal in for Harbor. Harbor 3-2 in the 5 games that he did not play. Obviously a big part of the offense and the defense. Great backdoor cut from Gruber. And a beautiful ball fake from Cooper Kersey to set this up, Dave.
A shooter like Gruber, you got to respect that jump shot, so back cut and get to the rim. Great execution.
Colin Gruber, 22.6 points a game, and when you are that prolific as a scorer, it's more than just a silky smooth jumper.
Yeah, you got to be able to move without the ball when these other teams are focusing on you, trying to take away what you do. That time, great execution, overplaying the passing lane, and then Gruber diving to the iron.
Taylor Kientzel in for Santa Cruz for the first time. As Gruber knocks down both, and Harbor able to get it back to single digits here. Ball movement to attack the zone. And so far, Postal looks to be moving pretty well with that bum foot.
Zone, pretty good way to protect him right now as he gets himself back into shape.
And an offensive foul here against Ti Demeo for using the forearm. So the Harbor defense holds. There you see Daoud Anthony, his first year playing varsity, but a terrific football player in the wide receiver spot.
Considered the team's high energy guy.
Nice to be able to go into a 6'6" first timer off the bench. Turnovers. Harbor, twice as many as Santa Cruz, but they are settling down now on the road. And there you see Postal with a cut, and the basket, and the foul. Mitch Postal with an instant impact. Send it in, big man.
Moving very well off that screen and rolling to the iron, so strong to finish. Cannot stop me there. Moving very well off that foul line, getting to the rim, and when he's that close, forget it.
Unable to hit the free throw, but Coach Mike Gruber obviously delighted to see his big man out there playing at all.
A little extra juice in the rivalry game. These schools separated by 2.7 miles.
Kientzel leaves it off to Anthony. Daoud Anthony with a nice shot, and the lead back to 8.
Here's the press again.
And Anthony hustling breaks it up, and a steal for Santa Cruz. 3-on-2. Porter puts it up and in.
The second group very athletic on the press.
And this up-tempo style, what Coach Domhoff definitely wants. Final seconds here of the first quarter. 16-6. Santa Cruz with the edge. Postal, 16-footer. And silky smooth, the shooter's touch.
Harbor going Postal early to get back in this game.
He's got his 4 quick ones, and it's an 8-point lead. Out top, Kientzel, 3, no good. And lost out of bounds off Santa Cruz. The horn goes. Mitch Postal doing his Willis Reed, playing hurt and playing well. Santa Cruz by 8 on Comcast Hometown Network.
Richard, are you looking for a heartwarming romantic comedy?
Maybe.
Comcast.net has a searchable database of on-demand and TV listings, so you'll easily find that chick flick you're looking for.
I didn't know that.
Now you know.
I like sports too.
Sure you do, Richard.
Search thousands of great movies and shows, even sort by on-demand and HD. Visit the TV section at Comcast.net.
The perfect race, I've had maybe 1 or 2 in my life. Apollo Ono, short track speed skating. When I'm truly in the zone, you race against yourself. The speed slows way down. I can feel the heat from the lights. I can hear the guys breathing behind me. Everything is just flowing. Before you know it, you cross the line. And if you look at any photo, my helmet's like crooked. I'm like, I just won.
Back at Santa Cruz High School, state champions in 2005. That man, Pete Newell Jr., 30 years here, Dave, as the head boys varsity coach. And you talk about his coaching tree, it includes the girls head coach, Pat Jones, and the current coach of the boys, Bill Domhoff. What a run he had in 3 decades in Santa Cruz.
Well, he knew early on this is what he wanted to do. He started coaching in the 8th grade. And obviously great genes with the legendary Pete Newell, who won that national title with Cal back in 1959, I believe.
There you see Bill Domhoff, 1983 graduate here at Santa Cruz High. He actually coached baseball at Harbor High School. Coached some JV basketball there as well, but it's a bit of a homecoming here. Billy's daughter, a senior here at Santa Cruz High.
Getting great contributions off the bench so far.
And Postal staying in for Harbor. The Pirates trailing by 8. Near steal by Scalcini, but a basket up and good by Kientzel.
Rising up over Postal, unafraid of the big man on the inside.
And the lead pushed back to 10. Bogard the other way, and it's blocked out of bounds. What a play from Taylor Kientzel.
Kientzel and Porter, these athletes on the press, even if you break it, they'll recover nicely and send it back.
Now we'll get a technical foul here at the tail end of this. And this may be a celebration slash taunting technical. I believe we're gonna get Dawood Anthony here. So Colin Gruber will get a couple of free throws. And this turns out to be a big play. It's 2 free throws, and Harbor also keeping possession of the basketball.
Don't know if he said anything to the official.
Either way, Gruber cashes in, now down to Postal, turns, and is fouled. And seeing Mitch Postal in the game, Dave, really changes the complexion of the entire ballgame.
Well, now you have a low post presence. You get it inside and maybe freeze things on the outside for Gruber to go to work.
Postal, much like his younger sister, a good free throw shooter, silky smooth at the line.
One of the bright spots in the first half of our doubleheader, Shannon, was terrific in the loss for Harbor.
Only 1 of 2 from Postal. Santa Cruz with Cody Love. And Zen Maki, here's Love, now to Maki. To the high post, Conroy, nice pass to Kientzel, who scores. Great zone attack by Santa Cruz.
Yeah, Conroy's been open at the foul line the entire first half so far. That time, had a nice little bit of distribution to free up that open shot.
Postal went for the rebound, unable to elevate. Clayton Conroy ahead of the pack, no good. Scalcini with terrific D.
They've gotten away with a foul.
Bogard the other way, left hand, no good. Postal fights for it. Lost it, but Harbor will keep it on the out of bounds.
Great penetration, and Postal obviously making his presence known. At the other end, the zone breaker gets the ball to the foul line, forces the collapse, and the nice easy pass with the layup.
Postal goes to the bench after playing 5 minutes. And it appeared, Dave, that the foot is preventing him from elevating a little bit. Unable to really get off the ground that last trip. Gruber 3, no good.
Don't need Postal to really be a jumper, just be a presence on the inside.
Bogard had it, but lost it out of bounds. And the Cardinals will get it with a 9-point lead.
We mentioned the contributions of the bench. Billy D said it's really an audition for the second half, running those guys in and out of there.
Nice press break ahead to Jalen Porter, who scores.
Getting it from a lot of different sources.
7 different Wildcats. Check that, Cardinals have scored here in the first 13 minutes. Gruber had it down low, and he was fouled trying to gather it.
Breaking the press so easily and making him pay for it. May force a different defensive strategy.
Well, Harbor likes to mix it up, play a lot of man-to-man and some zone. They like to trap out of the zone. Not sure if we'll see the pressure again after Santa Cruz broke it so easily.
Both teams looking to appear to be playoff bound, but looking up at St. Francis so far, running the table 19-0 and 8-0 in league.
Gruber misses the free throw. He's 4 of 5, all 4 points from the line. And Harbor does stay in pressure. Kientzel, pull-up jumper, and it rolls around and no good. Nice rebound from Gruber. There's Gruber. Out top to Bogard, jumper, short. Pulled down by the Cardinals.
Coach Gruber wanted a better look, a little more motion in that half-court set.
From the corner, Keith Williams no good. And a tie-up on the rebound, which will go over to the Harbor Pirates.
There's a look at Gruber, 27 years at Harbor. Dentist. So far this first half like pulling teeth.
Especially on the offensive side of the ball for Harbor. Just 3 field goals by Harbor here so far through a quarter and a half. And a turnover. It's Porter to the corner to Conroy. It's good. Check that, Keith Williams scores.
One of the many contributors. 10 players average between 5 and 8. Williams averages 8 a game.
That's just remarkable balance for any team. And a miss down the other end by Corey Harris, the freshman. And Santa Cruz looks to attack. Williams, 3 ball. It's good!
They come at you in waves.
Well, Keith Williams, said to be the best shooter on the team. You got to look at it, the stroke there, and the lead is now 16. And a turnover. Jalen Porter attacking with the left hand, and he scores.
They need a timeout. Getting out of hand right now.
Coach Gruber and his 27 years of experience letting him play through it. And we get a travel here off a near steal. And Coach Gruber and Harbor will get their timeout. Santa Cruz using a 13-3 run to start the quarter. They lead by 18 on Comcast Hometown Network.
She provides the straight news, and I provide the political analysis.
It's an intelligent show. They really listen to their guests.
It's actually more interesting when you challenge people.
We actually all come away a little better.
We're really trying to distinguish Comcast Hometown Network as really something unique here just for Californians.
She keeps us in line.
Percentage of we can't talk about it now because we're done.
Hey, you, watching the TV screen. Yeah, hi. Pardon me. I'm with the Movie Loft. My name is Matty Blake. I'm obsessed with on-demand movies. I mean, who isn't? Well, I'm here to tell you all about the on-demand lineup. This month, we've got awesome films like Couples Retreat, Paranormal Activity, and the September issue. So you sit back, relax, watch the Movie Loft, and then order your favorite films on demand.
Back to Santa Cruz High School, you see Mike Gruber using the media timeout there to his advantage, trying to stop the run, Dave, as Santa Cruz has come out 13-3, and just like the first quarter, Harbor unable to get a basket in the first 4 minutes of this quarter as well.
And look who's back in, Postal. They need some kind of presence on the inside to free up that perimeter game and maybe get Gruber loose.
It was when Mitch Postal came in the first quarter, he was able to get a couple of baskets and jumpstart the moribund Harbor offense.
And when he left, it really unraveled.
Jonah Hodges here, committing a foul, 8th team foul. Check that 9th team foul against Santa Cruz, just 1 against Harbor.
Hodges, a great athlete, up from JV, is a football running back. JV football and basketball, then making the move up in both sports.
Bogart unable to hit the free throw, but Postal the offensive rebound and the putback. He's got 7.
Real bright spot for them in the first half.
And they cut the lead to 16, trying to get to single digits here. There you see the field goals. It's been rough for Harbor, and Santa Cruz just on fire, shooting at nearly 67%. And a very hard foul. Taylor Kientzel with the pump fake. And he'll go to the line for 2.
Great fundamentals, lifting, getting Gruber to go up in the air and then fall on the shoulder. Smart play.
One of those scary plays when you see a defender exposed like that. Kientzel's first trip to the line here.
Great athlete, triple jump champion. And had a remarkable dunk on Monday.
Second one is up and good. And the lead pushed back to 17. There you see some pressure from Santa Cruz and a turnover. Keith Williams took it away. Jalen Porter had it, but he traveled before he had a chance to make the move, and a turnover here for Santa Cruz.
Miscues, factors in the first game, obviously, and then here in game 2, the pressure really relentless.
Postal breaks it to Gruber. Very good, quick move from Gruber, and the silky smooth J.
Lateral fake to create a little separation. Step back and knock it in off the elbow.
First bucket for Gruber, he's got 6. Keith Williams with it, skip it over. Jalen Porter. Now Williams, he's been hot. That's no good, but the putback, Taylor Kientzel.
Old cliche that it's tough to rebound out of a zone.
That was the case that time. Kientzel was not blocked off at all. Postal, nice passing here from Harvard. Cooper Kersey with the assist.
Postal moving very well. If he can hang in there, maybe give his team a chance in the second half.
Keith Williams back the other way. Santa Cruz really playing like Coach Domoff, a man who loves to shoot it himself. Likes to let his team jack it up. Don't let him get hot though. Colin Gruber for 3.
He lets the game come to him, doesn't try to do too much, but knows when it's his time to go to work.
Just like that, it's a 12-point game. Williams to Conroy, high post. Jalen Porter. A near turnover, now it's taken by Matt Armstrong. And a hard foul near the top of the key. And this is double bonus. A chance for Harvard to get a couple of free shots.
Doing a much better job of sealing the middle of that zone of the 2-3, creating a turnover than a real rough foul. The other end, Gruber, step back, create some separation with that bounce, and knock it in again. Sweet jump shot.
And a nice use of the pump fake. He caught it in rhythm. The defender was there, just a quick pump, one dribble, reset, and knock down the three.
You know, a lot of coaches will say the quality of the shot really is the quality of the footwork. And that was the case for Gruber. Great movement to slide over, that one bounce to get a little space. All he needed to knock it in.
Cooper Kersey, averaging 7.3 a game, but free throw shooting really hurting Harbor here in the first half. And lost out of bounds. 4 for 11 for Harbor from the stripe game.
As badly as it's gone for them, there's still plenty of time to make a run, and especially when Postal's moving as well as he is right now.
Here's Postal up top. Now it's Cooper Kersey. Back cut from Gruber, and he traveled with the basketball. Nice pass and a good cut, but Gruber couldn't catch it clean.
Ran the same play in the first quarter with Gruber back cutting off the wing. Clean look of the flex.
And that tells a story for Harbor so far in the first half. 13 Pirate turnovers. Long 3 here from Zen Maki.
The Zen master with that deep 3.
His first bucket, and the lead back to 15. Coach Bill Domhoff guy who loves to score himself. I had a chance to play with and against him many times. He wants his team to be up near 100 points a game, Dave.
Long way to go to get that done. But I like the tempo. They do force the action, guard you the entire 94 feet, and then really push the ball.
He tells his kids, any open shot is a good shot. Don't be afraid to pull the trigger.
As a player, you got to love that, to have that kind of green light and freedom to know that you're going to take a shot and not get yanked.
And not hypocritical considering Coach Domhoff's eagerness to shoot.
You've rubbed that in about 3 times in the last 90 seconds.
Clayton Conroy with a jumper. He's got 6. In full disclosure, he did have a hard time guarding yours truly.
Who wouldn't?
And a nice move here from Matt Armstrong. Quick off the bounce to the rim.
Yep, double clutch to avoid the defender. Nearly got it to crawl over the iron.
Armstrong moving to center after Mitch Postal got hurt. Just 6'1", I'm sure he's much happier at the forward spot.
Anything to make a contribution for the team, though. 6'1", willing to go in there and bang around. And obviously a much better team when you can have Postal playing the 5 and then sliding Armstrong back to the 4.
Second throw is also good. Armstrong's got a pair. 17 seconds to go now. Santa Cruz trying to extend its 15-point lead here heading to the locker room.
Extending that zone. Great pass.
Excellent pass out of the air from Johann Schmidt, but it's blocked. Final seconds, Gruber ahead to Kersey. Three-pointer is up and no good. Harbor closed it to within 12 here in the second quarter, but Santa Cruz using a mini burst to head to the locker room up 15.
Yeah, doing it inside and out, and contributions from a lot of players so far in the first half.
Taylor Kientzel with 7 in the quarter, Santa Cruz by 15. Highlights and stats coming up on Comcast Hometown Network.
You don't have to take this, Wendy.
Really?
You're a Comcast digital cable customer, so you can stop your on-demand movie and finish it in another room.
I didn't know that.
Now you know. May I suggest a room downstairs?
Any room on demand lets you start watching in one room, finish in another. Learn more at comcast.com/anyroom.
The best in Northern California high school basketball action is on Comcast Hometown Network Channel 104. Our next telecast features Miramonte and St. Mary's in girls basketball action. The Rams come in as the #1 ranked girls team in the nation. The game will air on Tuesday and Wednesday night, February 9th and 10th at 7 p.m. It's the Matadors and Rams only on Comcast Hometown Network Channel 104. Welcome back to Santa Cruz High School. We are at the half where the host Cardinals have a 37-22 lead on the visiting Pirates from Harbor. Welcome back, Dan Dibley alongside Dave Lewis. And Dave, we didn't anticipate a 15-point halftime edge, but these two teams have had games like this before.
Oh yeah, in fact, the last time out, Santa Cruz rallied from 12 down to win, and also blew a big lead last time out against SLV, a 17-point lead, then hanging on, so we very well could have a nail-biting finish.
One of the problems Santa Cruz has had this year is maintaining leads and extending them. And as we look at the halftime highlights here, Santa Cruz really a terrific first half, and they're getting offense from a lot of places, but Harbor happy to have their big man out there.
Oh, no question. And once he came in the game, Mitch Postal, the game really changed. Not only doing inside, but stepping out, willing to knock in that jump shot. And then when he gets the ball 5 feet from the rim, forget it. It's all over. Mitch too strong in there at 6'7". One of the real big bright spots, in fact, between him and Gruber, they really got it going for Harbor. And one of the many contributors, Keith Williams off the bench, he's known as a guy that can light it up in a hurry. stepping up to knocking in that three, and then floating to the corner to knock in that 17-footer from the baseline. Really a lot of contributors for Santa Cruz. One of them, Jalen Porter, very athletic, running the break, able to finish with the right hand. They really forced the tempo the entire 94 feet. Porter open again off a great feed from the foul line as he was rolling for Santa Cruz. And Taylor Kientzel, big first half, getting right into the chest of the big guy Postal, willing to knock it in and working free along the baseline. He does it on both ends of the floor. He's able to pick up that offensive rebound and finish. Then at the other end, he defends the basket, protects it like a family heirloom. Don't bring that in here.
Take a look at the halftime stats, and the Cardinals 16 of 25, shooting it at a terrific clip. Harbor off to a rough start, now 7 of 19, but Dave, turnover is really the biggest story in the first half.
Oh, definitely unraveling early on against that pressure, really setting the tone with the full court and creating baskets in transition.
Santa Cruz with a balanced attack. Harbor led by Mitch Postal and his 9. The second half tip coming up on Comcast Hometown Network.
I've dreamed about winning an Olympic gold medal since I was just a little kid.
It was so vivid in my mind about what I was going to do at the events, what it was going to look like, how I was going to perform.
Is today my day to win? Is today my day to be the best in the world?
I think it feels pretty good in my dreams, but I'm hoping that real life will be even better.
I just remember waking up and seeing the medal on my bed and just going, wow, it really happened.
Live, February 12th, the Vancouver Olympics on NBC.
Hey, you, watching the TV screen. Excuse me, I'm Tiffany Smith with Premium TV, the show all about the movies and original series offered each month on the Premium channel. HBO, Showtime, Starz, Cinemax, and the Movie Channel. This month, we've got awesome films like Fast and Furious and Hotel for Dogs, and great original series like The Ricky Gervais Show. So sit back, relax, watch Premium TV, and then watch your favorite films and shows on the Premium channel.
Back at Santa Cruz High School, there you see the sister of Mitch Postal, Shannon Postal. She had a nice game with 10 points in the opener for Harbor as they suffered a defeat. You look at the series history, both those matchups in this campaign. Santa Cruz with a 2-point win and a 1-point win, both with somewhat controversial finishes.
Well, yeah, a couple of free throws when Santa Cruz were trying to call a timeout early on and leading by 1. In fact, they thought Colin had a foul at the end of the game, nothing called, so very controversial finishes in games 1 and 2 so far.
Colin Gruber and Mitch Postal each with 9 to lead Harbor, and a balanced attack for Santa Cruz led by Taylor Kientzel, 7.
Many more contributors so far in this game for Santa Cruz. That really has been the difference.
And Santa Cruz with its starting 5 here to start the second half. Love, Hodges, Conroy, St. John, and Demeo. And this one's lost out of bounds by St. John. And it's Gruber the other way.
Both teams starting the second half playing man-to-man.
And Mitch Postal gets the start here for Harbor. Nice pass from Postal inside to Scalcini.
The big guy drawing the attention, finding his open teammate.
Unable to start the game, but he does start the third quarter. And the lead now just 13 and a steal. Colin Gruber ahead of the pack and scores.
Tremendous heart to start the second half for Harbor. They were on the verge of being blown out. Now chipping away.
We mentioned this, Dave, in the halftime. This is a problem that Santa Cruz has had, holding on to lead. Nice pass and a cut from Ti Demeo, who's fouled.
You mentioned the blowing the leads. In fact, Coach Domhoff mentioned the lack of killer instinct. Great feet at the other end and unable to finish. At the other end, Gruber with the steal, jumping the passing lane and trying to crawl his team back into the game.
So it's Demeo at the line. 6.8 points a game. That free throw up and good. You know, Dave, we talked about the balance of this Santa Cruz team. Taylor Kientzel leads the team with 8.6 a game. You've got 7.8, 7.4, 6.9, 6.8, 6.4. It's unbelievable sharing. It's like a commune here at Santa Cruz.
I've heard of those here. 10 players between 5 and 8 is really unheard of, but it gives you so much flexibility because you're not relying on one guy to get it done.
Clayton Conroy scores 3 points less a game than the leading scorer, yet he's 9th on the team in scoring. Demeo hits both, and the lead back to 13. Here's Gruber off a screen. Good defense by Jalen Porter, and Porter ties up Colin Gruber. Nice play on defense.
Santa Cruz playing man-to-man. We'll see if they collapse, though, in the middle if Postal gets the ball.
Cooper Kersey to inbound. And it's John Bogard. High post to Postal. Nice fake from Kersey. His jumper no good. Gets his own. Can't get it to drop. Cooper Kersey had it blocked, and he's fouled by Demeo from behind.
Great tenacity at the glass. In fact, Kersey may have rushed the first one off the offensive rebound, but so alert to stay with it, earning a pair of free throws. Great work on the glass.
Kersey missing his 2 free throw attempts back in the second quarter. First one no good. Taylor Kientzel back in, the leading scorer on the team tonight and for the season. And Kersey gets 1 of 2 for his first point, and Harbor just hanging around, down a dozen.
Still plenty of time to make a run, but you got to do it on this end of the court.
Porter drives in and scores over Mitch Postal.
Spread the floor with the dribble handoff. You get hard to the 10.
And we get a timeout here taken by John Bogard as the pressure of Santa Cruz suffocating in the backcourt. Big basket from Jalen Porter over the big man Mitch Postal. Santa Cruz leads it by 14.
Hello. Since the installation of Comcast Digital Voice Unlimited, I've gotten better. Now I'm rated #1 in call clarity, with online voicemail and unlimited nationwide calling. But don't worry, you're still smarter than me. For now.
Make your home phone a smarter phone. Add Comcast Digital Voice Unlimited and enjoy unlimited nationwide calling and a dozen popular features, including call waiting and caller ID, for $19.99 a month for 6 months. Call 1-800-COMCAST.
The best in Northern California high school basketball action is on Comcast Hometown Network Channel 104. Our next telecast features Miramonte and St. Mary's in girls basketball action. The Rams come in as the #1 ranked girls team in the nation. The game will air on Tuesday and Wednesday night, February 9th and 10th at 7 p.m. It's the Matadors and Rams only on Comcast Hometown Network Channel 104. Back at Santa Cruz High, you look inside the Harbor huddle. Mike Gruber, the coach, 27th year, and you gotta love the spirit from the old school coach. His son, Colin Gruber, asked him to wear special green and yellow shoes, and Coach Gruber has obliged. You know, it's kind of a new school wrinkle from an old school coach. There you see a look at the fresh kicks. A couple of New Balances there. The son says get in the spirit, and the coach followed.
I'm sure Coach Gruber would use the same words you did, right? Fresh kicks.
I believe that is a direct quote. Or not. See if they design something to break this pressure in the timeout. And they do to Colin Gruber. Much better attack that time, but taken away by Jalen Porter from behind.
That had to be a goaltend.
Doesn't matter though, because Kientzel finishes it off. And another steal by Porter.
Pressure is relentless.
Cody Love from the baseline. No good, and Mitch Postal restoring order for the Pirates.
Got to maintain your poise here.
Postal, nice! Athletic move from the big man for 2. He has 11.
Great footwork and reappearing on the other side.
Mitch Postal playing with a foot injury, but playing well. Harbor needs to stop here, and they'll get it. Ti Demeo couldn't catch the high pass.
Looking at Mitch Postal at the other end, how quickly he runs the floor, coming from the top of the screen all the way, reverse layup, and a great finish with the left hand.
And we talked about the youth of the Harbor girls team. Mitch Postal, just a junior, and a very young Pirate boys team as well.
Back to the original half-court set. Left screen, then down screen.
Postal in the post. Jump hook, won't drop. Kersey the rebound and the finish.
Postal drawing so much attention, bring up the offensive rebound.
Kersey with 3. Jalen Porter attacking. It's no good. And a chance for Harbor to cut it to single digits. Gruber drives, hangs, and he couldn't get it to drop. Kientzel the rebound. Pull up, Kientzel no good. John Bogard with a nice defensive play. Ahead to Mitch Postal. Gruber pulls up, and his shot is no good. Couple missed opportunities from the junior, Colin Gruber.
Oh!
Foul, tough drive. Jonah Hodges crashing in to the Comcast cameraman.
Great pass in transition behind the back, giving it to a great athlete, Hodges, who went hard to the iron.
And a foot to the face of Sam Hudson. Look at Sam leading the league in shots to the camera, averaging 1.6 a game.
Always willing to take one for the team.
And thanks to Sam's toughness, that play came right in your living room. Jonah Hodges, the recipient of that fine pass, with his first 2 points of the night. Every time Harbor thinks about threatening, Santa Cruz finds an answer.
The pressure, coping with it, really the biggest issue.
And they're all over Gruber now in the half court, but he drives and scores anyway with the right hand, Colin Gruber.
6'3", and so athletic and long, turning the corner and able to finish it with the right hand. Splitting through a couple defenders, great extension. Need more of him late in the third to give them any chance in the fourth.
You made a great point in the second quarter, Dave. Gruber just lets the game come to him. He doesn't force it. He doesn't take bad shots. He just waits for his opportunity and cashes in.
Although getting to a point in the game where they might need him to try and take over.
He's got 14, and the lead back to 11. Screen roll. Now the kick out. Cody Love, 3 ball, no good. But the rebound to Keith Williams. Clayton Conroy with an up fake, and he is fouled. Clayton Conroy showing a nice move on the offensive end.
Yep, lifts, up fake, get the defender to slide over to get just a little bit of space, and earning a trip to the foul line.
Conroy, a 60% free thrower. First one up and no good. Mike Gruber, the old school coach, 27th year, not panicking, continuing to stay patient, imploring his team to do the same.
Clayton Conroy, Mr. Steady, 4.0 GPA.
And he's got 7 points now, and the lead back to a dozen. Colin Gruber, the junior leader, leading scorer.
Still plenty of time. No need to panic.
Postal, set shot, no good. Corey Harris the rebound. Corey Harris getting some minutes here in the second half.
I don't think they can handle Postal on the post. Get lower, big man, get to the rim.
Here he's on top of the circle. Try to reset the offense here. Armstrong, and they did not look comfortable that time in the offensive set.
Entire possession was a mess.
Cody Love to the baseline, he's fouled. Postal erased it, but John Bogard right there commits the foul. Well, this is obviously a very big game for both teams, Dave, not just because of the rivalry, but because of that. Santa Cruz, a game and a half out of first, trailing St. Francis. Harbor trying to hold on to that 3 spot heading to the league playoffs.
St. Francis with Ed Kelly's Sharks having a great year. A lot of tough games, though. They beat Santa Cruz by 5, Aptos by 3, SLB by 6. So, although undefeated, not invincible.
And certainly the league playoff will be up for grabs, especially between the top 4 teams, throwing Aptos in this group. Love gets both, and the game is back to a 4-point lead. And an inside putback from Ti Demeo.
Capitalizing on the pinball machine bounce.
The pressure continuing to pay off for Santa Cruz. There's Harris. Down to Gruber. Spinning, hanging, and hitting.
Tough shot. And in his face.
16 for Gruber. He simply does it all for this team.
Which might be a problem. They need other guys to do a little bit more.
There's a carry from Ti Demeo. Hitting that ball against his hip. And it's a turnover here for Santa Cruz.
Postal grabbing a seat, giving him great minutes tonight.
5 minutes in the first half, and he just played 6.5 solid minutes.
But the game changes when he's on the court, clearly.
And a turnover here. Gruber double teamed, and he lost it. Here's Zen Maki. Maki with a nice crossover. Now we'll get a hand check here on Corey Harris. Dave, the turnover is a big factor here. Harbor with 19 now for the game.
It resulting in a lot of easy looks and transition at the other end. Taking care of the ball at the end of the third and early in the fourth, critical if they have any chance of getting back in the game.
5th team foul against Harbor. Here's Conroy, spinning and scoring.
Great move. Spinning, shielding the defender with his body. Great work.
Conroy with 9 points and the lead at 16. Gruber, baseline jumper, too strong. And Zen Maki pulls the rebound.
I think Gruber knows his team needs something in a big way, maybe forcing it a little bit.
Might have been the first bad shot he took, and Zen Maki with the answer on the other end. Now Santa Cruz with its biggest lead at 18.
Had it down to 12. Now in big trouble.
2-second differential, shot and game clock here.
Back to the flex.
Bogard to the baseline, tough shot, he's fouled. And he'll get a couple free throws.
Just missed Coach Gruber stamping his feet. Needing a couple breaks down the stretch here in the quarter.
Bogard now 0 for 2 from the line. There's Jamie St. John back in the game. Hasn't played much after getting into early foul trouble.
So many other guys contributing, they really haven't needed him.
Bogard hitting 1 of 2. And Santa Cruz with the final say here with 8 seconds. Jalen Porter drives, swatted away by Colin Gruber, and the putback no good. Daoud Anthony with a look at it, but Harbor dodges the bullet there. 1 quarter left to go. Clayton Conroy, and the Cardinals lead by 17 on Comcast Hometown Network.
This is not a one-time deal. It's not a blowout sale, and it's not a limited time offer. It's the everyday low price for home phone service from Comcast. Get unlimited local calling, plus 12 popular calling features, including caller ID and call waiting. You can even keep your current number, so switching is a breeze. Get a great everyday low price. Get home phone service from Comcast for just $24.95 a month every month. Don't wait. Call now.
Interesting people doing interesting things of interest to your community. Gay and straight, church and state. What's up, what's down, who's in, and definitely who's out. This is David Perry inviting you to watch 10%, your LGBT TV, on Comcast Hometown Channel 104. That's 10% TV, 100% about you.
Back at Santa Cruz High, you look at Harbor over the last 4 years, 08-09, a great year, 20-10, including the elimination, Dave, of Santa Cruz. 4 straight playoff seasons, likely to get a 5th this year. On the other side, Bill Domhoff in his first year, but the Charles Burks era you see there, mostly around 500 back to 2005, 2006 when they had a 20-win season the year after winning the state championship.
Ramping up this year with a great season, 7-2 in league, in great position to make a run in the postseason.
Getting set for the final 8 minutes here. Santa Cruz winning the third quarter battle, 17-15. As you mentioned, Harbor did have it down to 12 at one point.
Walk.
And the turnovers cannot be pleasing Bill Domhoff, a man who stresses ball control, and with a 17-point lead, you don't want to have all these careless turnovers.
For Coach Gruber, that's really been the difference on the other side. Turnovers really broke this game open.
There's Gruber on the wing extended, drives and kicks to Scalcini. He's fouled, just the 4th team foul though. Johann Schmidt committed the foul, a 4.0 student, young Johann.
Uncle Richard, a pro surfer.
And Postal on the inbound pass scores, and it's fouled. Mitch Postal with just a short break is back in effect.
A completely different team when Postal's on the court, able to finish with the left hand. If he's healthy down the stretch, if they can reach the postseason, it could be a factor with Mitch playing very well. Very hard to handle.
6'7", going about 240 pounds, just a junior. Still maybe a growth spurt left.
To the chagrin of his parents, who have to feed him.
And opposing centers, who have to guard him. 3-point play makes it a 14-point game. Demeo inside, but blocked near the cup by Gruber and Postal.
Different look at defensively, trapping out of the zone.
Well, a bucket here would definitely give the Pirates some life. There's Gruber, 3-ball. It's good!
That's the man. Team needed him to step up in a big way. Huge jump shot.
He's got 19, and it's an 11-point game. And a foul here on John Bogard behind the play.
Not a bad reach in the situation. There's Gruber, step back, create some separation, and clean as a whistle. Foul line extended left.
I've been really impressed by the way he creates his own shot. Nothing really there that time, but took a couple dribbles back to the 3-point line and knocked down the tray.
Great footwork. Extending out of the zone again.
And a turnover. Gruber took it away to Scalcini, who wisely pulled it out. To Postal. Inside, up and under, and an offensive foul on Mitch Postal.
Wow, want to see that again. Mitch Postal working down low, pump fake. Oh, that was terrible. Bad call.
Well, Postal called for the foul. See if Harbor can bounce back from that bit of adversity.
Thomas Smith and Tad Velisco have been very good, but they missed one there.
Zen Maki to the high post, bounce down to Demeo, waits for it, and there's a travel. Ti Demeo turns it over.
Maybe a makeup call at the other end.
That's a shuffle, Dave. If it was Sesame Street, it would be shuffleupagus, but clearly a travel from Demeo along the baseline.
Couldn't really see his feet there, but they slid.
Harbor with another chance to cut it to single digits. Gruber down to Postal. Two-man game, and a foul on Demeo, trying to go up and block the shot. Postal will get 2 throws.
Good defense by Demeo, holding his ground as Postal went back and forth like a hypnotist watch. Demeo rising up. Very good defense.
Well, every free throw critical now for Harbor. First one up and no good. Bill Domoff, the coach of Santa Cruz in his first year. But he's not like most first-year coaches, Dave. Bill Domoff, having worked at the feeder middle school, has known many of these kids for years.
In fact, last year won the freshman title. So a group he can build with.
Postal gets 1 free throw. Harbor within 10. Santa Cruz trying to close it out in the final 6 minutes on Comcast Hometown Network.
I've dreamed about winning an Olympic gold medal since I was just a little kid.
It was so vivid in my mind about what I was going to do at the events, what it was going to look like, how I was going to perform.
Is today my day to win? Is today my day to be the best in the world?
I think it feels pretty good in my dreams, but I'm hoping that real life will be even better.
I just remember waking up and seeing the medal on my bed and just going, wow, it really happened.
Live, February 12th, the Vancouver Olympics on NBC.
A complimentary service if we don't solve a routine problem in one visit. A $25 account credit if we're late to an appointment. And a 30-day money-back guarantee on all our services. The new Comcast customer guarantee. From all of us to you.
We are back at Santa Cruz High School where the crowd is into it. It feels like a Friday night, Dave. Even though it's a Wednesday here, they're out supporting their Cardinal squad, which leads by 10.
Who said they're laid back in Santa Cruz? Kids are into it. Great atmosphere.
Very passionate about their basketball team. And right now, the Cardinals may need them here, showing a little bit of that nervousness that they've shown before with a double-digit lead.
That lack of killer instinct that Billy D referred to might be coming to fruition. Great credit, though, to Harbor for battling.
Zen Maki out high to Love. The Harbor Road crowd urging for defense.
2-3 zone.
Out of the 2-3 zone. Great call. Shot clock at 10. Here's Maki with 5. Inside Clayton Conroy. And a good possession, everything but the bucket there.
Tremendous defensive stand for Harbor. Maybe got a little bit of a break along the baseline.
And another chance to get this thing back to single digits, provided they can break pressure.
Santa Cruz continues to bring it. Trap on the sideline.
Scalcini. Now it's Postal. Kersey breaks the pressure. Gruber, pull-up jumper. Up and no good. A good look that time from the junior. Let's see if Santa Cruz continues to try to work clock here with a 10-point lead.
Every game between these two teams, nail biters. Chance to get there again.
Demeo for the baseline. No good. Conroy rebounds. Demeo, the putback, and he's fouled.
All created by the work of Conroy in the offensive glass. 6-3 to create an opportunity for his teammate. Unable to finish, but a chance to get a big deuce from the foul line. Santa Cruz needs something to turn this momentum around.
That foul goes against Colin Gruber, his third. Demeo trying to add to his 6-point total.
Demeo, another one of the outstanding students playing in this game tonight, 4-0 student. Great picture on the baseball team.
Just a sophomore. with a bright future in both sports. 1 of 2 for Demeo, and it's back to an 11-point game. This one's coming right at you, courtside here.
I see a younger, more agile Dibley is able to deflect that ball.
That being the same Dibley that Domhoff was unable to guard back in the mid-90s, incidentally. And a steal here, taken away by John Bogard. But it's taken right back by Santa Cruz. Maki driving in and scoring around the big man.
Show the ball and a backhand layup, avoiding the contact.
7 for Maki, and the lead back to 13.
Huge 4-point switch.
Here's Gruber, now down to Postal. Left-hand jump hook, no good, but a great move from the big junior.
Was halfway down. Nice feed from Gruber.
And you can only think about how good the tandem of Gruber and Postal will be next year as seniors. Zen Maki will go to the line.
These other players adapting to their roles with those big two. Here's a great finish, attacking the rim. Actually a foul that time. Now shooting 2.
4th foul charged to Colin Gruber.
The late great Al McGuire used to talk about what you do with fouls. He'd say, once a kid gets 4, go ahead and leave him out there. You can't help you anymore by sitting.
Cooper Kersey heads to the bench. Colin Gruber, incidentally, has played every second of this ball game.
And with the team down 15, I think you've got to leave him out there.
This time pressure broken to Scalcini. Now Gruber driving, baseline, reverse no good, but Postal the putback for 2.
Great read of the miss.
And a timeout taken by Mike Gruber right after the basket was made. What a terrific move here by the coach's son.
Yeah, working baseline, reappearing on the other side, and a great read from Postal to clean it up, keeping his team alive.
Well, considering Mitch Postal wasn't expected to play, the fact that he's gone so many minutes and has 17 points, you got to be impressed with the kid's toughness.
Oh, a complete game changer. You know he wants to play in a rivalry game like this. If he's healthy down the stretch, they have a great chance to finish it this weekend. Next up, San Lorenzo Valley on the 5th. They won that first meeting by 25, and then closing out with Scotts Valley, winning that game earlier on by 11. So a chance to really finish strongly with Postal in the mix.
And Billy Domhoff and the Santa Cruz Cardinals, 12-9. That record maybe a little bit deceptive because of so many close games. 11 games settled by 5 or less, and they're just 4-7 in those close games. And there you see Coach Domhoff in the center of the huddle. That's the kind of thing that will get better with more experience for this young team.
Absolutely, that lack of killer instinct that he referred to the other night, simply a chance to experience it, live through those crucial moments, and then develop your team for the end of this year and in years to come.
So out comes Santa Cruz. They'll have the ball and the lead at 13 here. We get a little bit of a substitution discrepancy as Coach Domhoff confers with Tom Smith, the official. So Jamie St. John will be allowed to stay in the ball game.
1-2-2. Trap on the sideline if you can.
And they trapped, but they couldn't quite get the steal. Bounce pass. Santa Cruz should be in no rush. Coach Domhoff saying, take your time, spread the floor. Here's Porter driving in and couldn't finish it. Postal with a nice rebound.
Gotta go here, Harbor.
Quickly ahead. Gruber was open momentarily, but Postal gets it. Now it is Gruber. Foul line jumper, up and no good. Good defense that time from Santa Cruz.
Good shot, because you got to go in a hurry now.
St. John drives in and scores!
Using his body to avoid the defender, and a great finish.
Mitch Postal couldn't get the block. Here's Bogard down. His shot no good, and Demeo cleans it up.
Short clock here, Santa Cruz. Be smart.
St. John's third shot, but it's an offensive foul.
They say the toughest call to make in basketball, the charge block. Very little contact, just a brush by. Here's the one that really mattered, that did count. Very strong finish, avoiding Postal to clean it up.
Harbor needing baskets in a hurry here. 2.5 minutes to go, they trail by 15. Nice give and go, the shot is up and good. Matt Armstrong with a possible and one.
Very tough to maintain your poise down low, but Armstrong so patient. Let the defender fly by, and then finish it with a gentle kiss with the left hand.
Armstrong gets his first basket of the night. He's got 4. Zen Maki back in, replacing Jamie St. John. You know, Dave, we've talked a lot about the balance of Santa Cruz. And you look at the numbers tonight, not one guy in double figures. And they've got 61 points.
Yeah, the bench players really came in and did a good job. And they really, I believe, set the tone with their press early on. The subs, the athleticism, and being able to turn them over.
3 players with 9, but not one scorer in double figures.
Par for the course, Santa Cruz.
Harbor needs to score on every trip. And it's a turnover this time, but they'll get it back after Cody Love travels.
Love just tapped his chest guiltily, saying my bad.
That's the international signal for my bad, by the way. Nice block here by Love, but they'll get him for a foul. Matt Armstrong was left alone on the inbound.
Excellent execution, great coaching. Little screen the screener on the inside. Great chance to finish.
Armstrong free throw up and good. Don't put this one in the fridge quite yet, Dave. A free throw make here. It's a 10-point game. Still plenty of time for Harbor, especially considering the 3-point shooting of Colin Gruber.
But you're going to have to turn them over on the other end, and you're not going to be able to play zone anymore. Sit back and let them use clock. You got to go after him right now.
Armstrong's got 8, and here comes the pressure. Maki long pass to Porter. Santa Cruz unnecessarily trying to score here. Blocked by Postal, and a quick shot there from Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz just needs to work clock.
Gruber leaves it to Bogard. His 3, that would have been a big one. On the rebound taken down by Clayton Conroy.
Got a foul.
Here's Demeo. Now Zen Maki. You can't have Gruber foul, he's got 4. Jalen Porter. Now Kientzel, they just can't get to anyone to foul.
Too much time came off.
Colin Gruber got the rebound, but we're under a minute.
Credit to Coach Gruber for just playing defense down there, trying to turn him over, but they just lost too many seconds off the clock.
It looked like Coach Gruber was urging his team to foul, but they either didn't get the message or couldn't find anyone to foul.
Yeah, on the other end of the court, tough to see.
Need a hoop, here's Mitch Postal. Nice left-handed move inside. Mitch Postal really impressed with how nimble the big man is.
Yep, great footwork. One bounce, lift, step through, and finish with the left hand. I like this team when they all get it together, when they're completely healthy, and Postal's at 100%, they've got a chance.
Couple tough games up ahead for Harbor, San Lorenzo Valley. Then they'll wrap up the regular season with Scotts Valley. But really for Harbor, Dave, all eyes now on the postseason league tournament.
Chance to redeem themselves after a couple of disappointments during league play. But once again, when you have a couple of stars, anything can happen when you get to the tournament.
If Santa Cruz can hold on tonight, then beat Aptos, all of a sudden they're right back in the picture to try to get that top seed. They're going to need some help, though. But a win tonight and a win over Aptos, and they can pretty much lock down the number 2 spot. Well, for the first time, Dave, since the second quarter, the lead back to single digits. Does Harbor have enough time?
Need a lot of help. Need turnovers. You cannot let any more of the clock come off and play defense anymore like they did the last possession.
And here's a near turnover. Jalen Porter, it will be lost out of bounds to Harbor.
Losing only 3 seconds off the clock.
Fasten your seatbelts, folks. This one is not over.
Got to go to Gruber or Postal right now.
Crowd chanting it's not over, and they're right. Gruber to the baseline, reversing, tough chance, and a foul committed by Mitch Postal. That would have been a spectacular finish.
High degree of difficulty. Working the baseline, back to the basket, 180 turn. Tough shot. Very smart to foul right away.
But maybe fouling the wrong man. Zen Maki, 80% from the stripe on the year.
He's been there before, Dan, knocking those 2 free throws to win game 1. Spark off the bench. They've given them that tonight and then some.
And the first man in double figures for Santa Cruz. 30 seconds to go. Postal 3. No good. Jalen Porter took it away, and he is fouled. And with 20 ticks to go here, Dave, you're starting to sense that Santa Cruz may be able to put this one away very soon.
Just had to climb too big of a hill. Turned it over too much early in the game. If they could have thrown out the first quarter, you'd have a completely different game.
There you see Mitch Postal getting some instruction from the head coach, Mike Gruber.
Just great level basketball. Kids can see the chance to develop and get better, especially those Mendenhall Middle School kids getting ready for the Tri-Valley Tournament. Outstanding, well-coached team, ramping up trying to win an 8th grade championship in the East Bay.
Second straight week, you get your middle school team in the broadcast. Congratulations on that. Coach Damoff taking a timeout here with 20 seconds left and an 11-point lead. Just reminding his kids what these final 20 seconds need to be about. Don't commit any fouls. Inbound the ball safely and smartly. And let's get out of here with the win.
Just play smart here. A little bit frenetic. A couple possessions earlier, trying to run up and down the court. You don't need any more points. Just simply work the clock and get your win. I like Harbor, though. I like what they have. I like their key pieces, the role players around Postal and Gruber. Chance to really make some noise, not just the rest of this year, but next year they're going to be terrific.
Mitch Postal and Colin Gruber each with 19 for Harbor. Aside from that, though, not a whole lot of help from the Pirates supporting cast. Matt Armstrong next up with 7.
Well, really the story of the game, the turnovers early, and so many guys contributing for Santa Cruz to make a difference and open up that big lead. What they did tonight is what they've done the entire year.
10 Cardinals in the scoring column, led by Zen Maki with 10. Taylor Kientzel with 9. Clayton Conroy with 9. Jalen Porter with 10 as well. Final 20 seconds here. Gruber to Bogart. 3-pointer is no good. And Harbor likely will not foul here and let this time just expire. And we got an injured player here along the baseline.
That's the last thing you want with the game decided, having a kid get hurt in the final few seconds.
Especially one of your starters, Ti Demeo. He's shaken up there. along the baseline.
I like to think it's not serious. This is the team that believes they can take St. Francis. The Sharks are 8-0 and they're playing great for Ed Kelly, but they love another crack at him when it really matters. You're going to need all hands on deck and a guy like Demeo.
Well, if Santa Cruz can play out the rest of the schedule and wind up in second place, it sets up a possible championship game in the SCCL with the first place squad, and you'll get that third crack at him.
Got a great player in Shane Perriman that makes him go.
Final couple ticks. Gruber will try a long three. It's up and no good. And that's the way it ends. Santa Cruz and Billy Domhoff with an 11-point victory over Harbor.
The tone really set early on with all the turnovers, the great pressure suffocating, and that bench mob, that second group that came in, no drop-off between the first five, and that set the tone to open up that big lead.
Colin Gruber and Mitch Postal each with 19. The high scores in the ball game for either team. Zen Maki contributing 10. Jalen Porter also with 10 for Santa Cruz. Ultimately, it was the balanced attack and the pressure defense of the Cardinals that was the biggest difference in the game.
No question about it, but Harbor will be back. You avoid those slow starts. You got a couple of key pieces like that. You definitely can make a run of the postseason with stars like Gruber and Postal.
So Santa Cruz goes to 8-2 in the league. Harbor falls to 5-5, and Santa Cruz bolstering its resume for a possible Division IV run at the CCS champion. For the producer, Eric Allen, the director, Gary Wasley, and all of our Comcast Hometown Network crew, from my partner, Dave Lewis. This is Dan Dibley saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week on Comcast Hometown Network, channel 104. Good night.
I was about 12 years old watching the Winter Olympics with my father. I saw